everyone, you are watching Naresh IAS Academy YouTube channel, and now I am continuing answer writing session for IAS mains exam GS paper 3rd. I have already discussed a significant part on GS paper 1 and GS paper 2. So you must visit our website and YouTube channel, and this is the third part. Later on I will discuss paper 4, essay writing and the optional stream. You may contact for offline classes. So many students are sending their answer, and this is the answer of one candidate of that question, and you have to write answer of that question in 250 words. Maximum marks are the 15. So many students have discussed on the various issues. I have suggested personally, if you are not able to personal guidance or coaching class है, तो definitely you must watch our videos on YouTube channel. GS paper 1 and GS paper 2 I have already discussed entirely in Hindi and English, both mediums separately. Definitely I personally ensure you, if you have visit or watch my videos on GS paper 1 and 2, then definitely you can ensure 70% of your preparation, or for remaining part you may contact through our website. Okay, first of all, the question has been taken from the developmental issues. This is the topic of the GS paper 3rd, and the question have been asked by UPSC in IAS mains exam GS paper 3rd in 2022. Question is, Naxalism is a social, economic and developmental issue manifesting as a violent internal security threat. Discuss the emerging issues in this context and suggest a multi-layered strategy to tackle the menace of Naxalism. Okay, the answer is, Naxalism was a left-wing extremist movement that originated in the 1970s, which is currently the most serious challenge before India's internal security. Paragraph change. The geographical spread of Naxalism in India is seen as the red corridor, which is spread in different states of India like Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Chhattisgarh. And the answer on next page. This movement mainly started with issues like economic disparity, inequality, but later its form changed to political and social as well. Some leftist political parties ideologically support it. Again, paragraph change. The Naxalite movement is also called the Maoist movement because it has been influenced by the Maoist ideology of Nepal and China. Its main demand is social justice, land reforms and equal distribution of resources. The Naxalite movement does not follow the democratic and constitutional path. Their method is to achieve their objective by violence against the state. And answer on the next page. The following steps have been taken simultaneously by both the central and state governments against the Naxalite movement. So these are the steps have been taken. Step 1, modernization of paramilitary forces and increasing their capacity. Second, use of state police force against them. Third, strengthening the spy system. Fourth, to make civil society aware against the Naxalite. Next, motivating Naxalite to surrender. Next, to promote economic and social development in Naxalism affected areas. And the remaining part, strengthening the judicial system to ensure strict punishment for Naxalites, enforcing public awareness, etc. I can say the candidate have fulfilled the word limit sufficiently. So there is no matter of word limit here. Okay, and the quality of answer, what? Definitely the candidate have made effort to writing between the line, and sometimes he has followed the direction, but some part of the answer is missing, so definitely it deserves for the average marking. Okay, average marking, because so many aspects of the questions are not reflecting in the answer. The first marking, examiner may provide 7 marks out of 15. but we have to ensure more than 50% marks, or we have to ensure 10 or more than 10 if we have to place ourselves in under 100 ranks, because proper IAS you can only target putting yourself within the 100 candidates if you belong to the general categories. C. Naxalism is a socio-economic and developmental issues. This is not reflecting in the answer. The introduction is sufficient and we can add the one line. Naxalism is a extremist leftist movement of India which started from the eastern part of country, mainly the West Bengal in 1970s. More than sufficient. 3 important information we have inserted. What is the Naxalism, from where it was started, and what was the time. Now you should change the paragraph and you have to write answer, is Naxalite is a social problem? If yes, then you have to explain. So definitely Naxalism is a social problem, so social issues too, because Naxalites are the peoples doesn't have respectful place in the society and they are not getting equality or equal opportunity among the peoples, and they are facing the secondary treatments from the other section of societies. Definitely it is a social problem because the Naxalite peoples are lacking the social prestige in the society. Second, is Naxalite economic problem? Yes, definitely it is an economic issue too, because the Naxalite peoples economically are not too sound. Either they have the least economic resources and the means of production or the wealth, or either nothing, and there is nothing economic security to the Naxalite peoples. Definitely in the pro-Naxalite areas, if we are going to study, so definitely a strong fact is emerging that the Naxalite peoples are the deprived peoples, underprivileged peoples, and on the economic front definitely they are very poor person. However, some of them may be the strong in the economic front and they are leading the movement, but we are talking just about a majority of the Naxalite peoples. Okay, definitely is a economic issues too, and it's a developmental issues. Definitely yes, developmental issues, because the Naxalite areas where the Naxalites are trying to establish their red corridor, red corridor is the dream of the Naxalite peoples in India. So then in the Naxalite regions there is weak infrastructure of the road, transport, educational institutions, health infrastructure, fresh water supply and the employment. So definitely it is a developmental issues, because the Naxalite peoples have the least possibility of the development while be compared with the other part of the country. Okay, this is the answer according to the question, between the line answer. And next then it is saying manifesting as a violent internal security threat. Yes, definitely. So there are so many threats before the internal security of country, but Naxalite is a one of them and severe problem, severe threat, because there are the other problems like the cyber crimes, smuggling of the different categories, even the unemployment, poverty are also the threats and may become a threat to the country. But at that front there is the least scope of violence, but the Naxalite is closely associated with the violence, so it becomes an important threat before the country. You should explain this way. And next, discuss the emerging issues in this context. So many issues have emerged in the recent times with the Naxalite, it have studied or analyzed the anti-nation power or the external states are supporting the Naxalite movement of India, and there are class of intellectuals residing in India or outside country. They are also providing ideological support, and Naxalites also trying to getting their financial basis from the funding agencies or through the smuggling activities, and it have also tried to link the activities of Naxalite with the terrorist activity. So the different kinds of issues have emerged in the recent time, and in future their link may be identified with the other anti-nation activities. Okay, on the last part, multi-layered strategy to tackle, definitely, because Naxalite peoples are residing in the different states of the country, and you know, according to the constitution, to maintain law and order is the responsibility of the states, but states have not the modern weapons or technologies against them. On the other hand, the Naxalites are using advanced modern technology weapons and the fatal weapons. So the government of India have to enter, because government of India have the Indian army and the armed forces with the modern technology. The multi-layer strategy is necessary. Center and state government together do work in this direction. And second, civil society also cooperate with the government and boycott the Naxalite people. Media, intellectual persons also provide their support to the government, and they try to aware the Naxalite people not to raise violence or weapons against the state. And finally, we can include the points of that candidate uh, uh, which are the part of the answer. Okay, in this way you should try to write your answer, then you can claim for the maximum marks or more than the 10. And if you want to the 12 or 13 marks, definitely you should draw a map of India, and through the map of India you should show the red corridor from the different states. Okay, definitely it will increase 1 or 2 marks additionally. And you know, the IAS exam is a relative marking exams, and you have relatively achieved the maximum marks compared to your competitors. Okay, thank you.